quick update on my experiment. Comprehensible input versus deliberate practice and memorization with associations. This is Hindi that I am learning with associations to memorize and then deliberate practice. I've gone through the most common word list. I've memorized most of them with associations. And now I am learning glossical sentences. I've got around 3,000 of them to memorize. And what I'm doing is, first of all, memorizing the keywords using associations. Yeah. And then I listen to the sentences while reading. And then the day after, I will listen to the sentences without reading and without checking the meaning. And this is retrieval practice, active recall. I'll try to remember what the meaning is. And then I'll check if I don't remember. So I'll look here, click,
वह बाथरूम में है.
and yeah, I'll check if I remember it correctly or not. And I'm doing this with a few hundred sentences each every day. So first round, memorize with associations, read and listen as well. Second round, retrieval practice just with listening. Third round is listening and repeating, also retrieval practice. So I am listening, uh, trying to remember what it means, trying to understand, and then I repeat. That's the third round. And that's what I'm doing. That's deliberate practice. I'm doing it with hundreds of sentences a day with Hindi. And I still can't understand very well, but I think I'm learning vocabulary very quickly. And I've got an idea of how grammar works simply because I've seen it, simply by seeing it in context over and over again in all these sentences. I started to get an idea of how Hindi grammar works. The other language I'm learning, Korean, it's not going so well. I'm doing comprehensible input only, so I'm reviewing uh, link mini stories over and over and over again. In fact, I'm just reviewing the same ones. I haven't done the whole list. I'm just reviewing the same ones again and again and again until I understand well. And it's going very, very slowly. I can tell that not memorizing the keywords is really slowing me down. If you memorize the keywords, input becomes much easier. If you, let's say, the first minute story, like Mike goes to work, wakes up at 6 o'clock, takes his car after having breakfast, blah blah blah, works in a kitchen in a restaurant. If you memorize all those words with associations, you will kind of make sense when you're listening to it. You'll make sense of it because you recognize the words. If you don't do that, you need a lot of repetition in the beginning to learn the basics. So input works definitely, but and I've learned the alphabet simply by reading while listening over and over again. I can read Korean better than I can read Hindi. In Hindi, I still have no idea how the alphabet works. So that comprehensible input worked better for that, or maybe the writing system is easier. I don't know. But when it comes to vocabulary and comprehension in general, listening comprehension, Hindi is going much much faster with memorization and deliberate practice, listening and repeating as well, which I'm doing more and more. I think my speaking, both my speaking and my comprehension, my listening comprehension, will be way better in Hindi very soon. While Korean is going very slowly. I think when once the because I'm thinking of traveling there in summer or after the summer, I will eventually switch to after the experiment is done. I will switch to using a proper not only comprehensible input, but I will have to memorize vocab. Otherwise, it's going to be extremely slow and honestly, it's a waste of time. It's not efficient. Comprehensible input. Again, it's early to jump to conclusions. Someone was saying in the comments that this is anecdotal evidence. I agree, it's anecdotal evidence, but unless you're willing to find 100 people who are willing to follow my instructions and conduct an experiment with them. There's no other way of doing it. Yeah, maybe I can take some volunteers and test test both systems against each other. And but then again, you have to trust that they all follow instructions. Nobody lies. Nobody does more or less than instructed. So yeah, experiments in general, how trustworthy are they? Who knows? But if you, I mean, I trust my own experience doing this. You can or you can't, but I mean, I got results over and over again in many languages, and the people I've helped learn languages got results as well when they follow the instructions. So you could trust me. You could try this, see what happens. Try it for a month. Try exactly the same system. Do this exactly the same thing. Maybe it doesn't work for you, but it works for me, and the people who work with me, it works for them as well, as long as they follow instructions. So, what else do you want me to do? Um, yeah, as long as I don't have, like, unless you get me volunteers, uh, a couple hundred volunteers who are willing to do this experiment and sign some sort of paper that says that they will actually follow instructions. There's no other way of doing it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated on how things go with this. I think I will do this at least for a month. I think progress will be really good in Hindi, not so much in Korean, simply because input by itself is not that effective without a bunch of other things to speed things up, like memorization. So after the experiment is up, I will memorize vocab for Korean. I will have to, otherwise, otherwise I won't be able to speak Korean when I get to Korea.